the story of the MiG-15 did not begin in the skies over Korea, but in the aftermath of the Second World War, when the Soviet Union, determined never again to be caught unprepared by Western air power, poured vast resources into developing a jet fighter that could match, and ideally surpass, anything America or Britain could produce. At the heart of this effort was Artem Mikoyan and his design bureau, who faced the challenge of creating an aircraft that combined speed, firepower, and altitude performance in ways never before seen. The Soviets had studied captured German technology extensively, particularly the revolutionary swept-wing concepts pioneered by Messerschmitt's jet projects, and they were quick to recognize that straight-wing fighters would soon become obsolete. But while they had the vision, what they lacked was the engine. In one of the great ironies of the early Cold War, the Soviet Union's most advanced jet would be powered by a design licensed from Britain itself, the Rolls-Royce Nene turbojet, which the British government naively agreed to export in 1946. Soviet engineers reverse-engineered the Nene, adapted it for their needs, and in doing so gave the MiG-15 the beating heart that would propel it into legend. The new fighter combined a sharply swept wing with a powerful engine, heavy armament, two 23mm cannons, and a devastating 37mm gun designed to shred bombers in a single burst, and a lightweight, durable airframe. The result was a machine that could climb faster and fly higher than anything the Americans had in their inventory at the start of the Korean conflict. For Western pilots used to dictating the terms of battle since 1945, the sudden appearance of this sleek silver predator was nothing short of a nightmare. But within the Soviet Union, the MiG-15 was more than just an airplane. It was a symbol of technological parity, proof to Stalin and his generals that the USSR could go toe-to-toe with the United States in the critical arena of air power. Soviet test pilots were stunned by the aircraft's acceleration and maneuverability, praising its ability to rocket skyward in near-vertical climbs and sustain speeds previously unimaginable for a frontline fighter. In training and evaluation, the MiG-15 consistently outperformed its contemporaries, including many experimental American designs. This remarkable machine was no accident. It was the product of strategic foresight, ruthless pragmatism, and a willingness to adapt foreign technology for national advantage. When Stalin finally approved its mass production, Soviet factories worked around the clock, turning out hundreds of MiG-15s in a matter of months, preparing not only to defend the homeland, but to project Soviet power abroad. Few outside the Kremlin could have predicted just how quickly this fighter would change the balance of the Korean War. Yet behind the scenes, there was a deeper strategy at play. For Moscow, the MiG-15 was not simply about Korea. It was about credibility in a world split into two camps, about sending a message that the Red Air Force could stand as an equal to the West. Every MiG rolling off the production line was both a weapon and a political statement, one that would soon echo in the mountains of North Korea and across the globe. Thus, when the MiG-15 first rose into the Korean skies, it was not merely an enemy aircraft. It was the embodiment of Soviet ambition, a machine born from war, shaped by stolen technology, and destined to rewrite the rules of aerial combat for an entire generation.